There it goes. Hey, welcome back to Huntsville Home Life with Ed. On this episode, it's the weekend again, so we've got to get our chores done, which includes cutting the grass. But we've also had some developments over the week. Catherine's dad, Phil, who I'll put a picture somewhere here. Only one, not two. He's graciously donated all his woodworking equipment to us. So it's some heavy equipment. There was some heavy lifting. Catherine and I had to take multiple trips after work this week to Bracebridge in our pickup truck to go pick up some of this equipment. So the project to clean up the garage and cut down the boat has become more urgent. We need to clear up our garage so we can make space for basically our new woodworking workshop. And I'd also like to create enough space for my car. So this bandsaw, it's going to be handy, I think, in a wood shop. I've never actually used one, but again, really fortunate to have received it. Before we can get to the lawn, I just want to move it out of the way, the lawn and the boat. I want to move it out of the way. It's on wheels, so I should be able to actually bolt it down to the frame here and then push it around the shop here. Well, it's that time where we begin pulling the stuff out of the garage to get the boat out of the garage, and then we'll get to work with our chainsaws, both gas and electric, to cut up a sentimental boat. Here we go. Let's open the garage. So this is the Tide Fighter. Again, I think I said the other day it was held out over winter, so we got all kinds of leaves in here. It was covered in ice, so it needed a cleaning. But the reason why I think we're just going to destroy it is because actually you can see this massive crack in the fiberglass there. There's wood underneath there. It gets waterlogged. I'm not sure what state of repair the wood is in. I think it's probably rotten. And you know, at the end of the day, we paid $400 for this boat. It owes us nothing. It does have a lot of sentimental value to us. When I first met Catherine, she had a 4-year-old son named Evan, and Evan sort of come into the fold of my life. And when he turned 5, we bought this boat as a family, and this was our family boat. We used to travel all over the lakes with it, go through locks, travel back and forth. Like it was a lovely boat. Spent its first few summers with us sort of completely under like a boat port, so it never got rained on. So for $400, it worked really well. We started taking it back and forth to the landing and at our old family cottage, and it got waterlogged. So when it started getting waterlogged, the performance wasn't as good. Like it may have been also that Evan was growing as well, and the engine that we had on this wasn't able to keep up. But it was a combination of those two things. And just to show you that we branded it Tide Fighter. So that was actually supposed to be, you can see, hopefully you can see that. Tide Fighter. That was actually supposed to be Evan's favorite movies when he was younger. Evan's favorite movies when he was younger were the Star Wars movies. And so he actually wanted to name the boat TIE Fighter, and Catherine and I misinterpreted him and thought he was saying Tide Fighter, and we said, wow, that's a very good name, because, you know, it's a small boat and we're sort of fighting the tide here with it. So we ended up calling it Tide Fighter, and it services very well. So there is a lot of sentimental reason for that reason. But again, at the end of the day, we paid $400, probably $250 for the Tide Fighter naming of the boat. The naming almost cost us more than the boat. So the boat really owes us nothing at this point. So I'm just going to destroy it. I thought it'd be interesting to put the Ryobi to a test, as well as my gas chainsaw, to see how well it would do cutting up this boat. So stick around to find out. Check. All right, it's that time to put these two chainsaws, one gas, one electric, to the test to see which one's more effective, or if they're both effective at cutting this boat apart. Stick around to find out. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to sharpen this chainsaw before starting doing this. So I don't know if it's sharp enough. I'm going to start with a plunge cut right here. Realizing I need a dust mask. He says. All right, I'm back with a dust mask. I think I'm going to work on the outside of the boat. Oh, the chain came off. So that didn't work out so well. We did manage to slice a giant hole through the side of the boat. So it's working from that perspective. I'm going to switch over to the gas-powered one. What's nice about this gas power is I put an aftermarket blade on here from Oregon, and it's one of those self-sharpening blades. Not self-sharpening, but it comes with this sharpener, which actually I find has worked out really well when I can open it. Oh, there we go. It just fits on, and I'm hoping that the camera can pick this up. Fits on like that, and then when I start it up, I just press down like that, and it sharpens the blade. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. Always need some quick start with this guy for some reason. This is the downside of gas-powered motors. Just throw some quick start in there. Nope. I always got to fart around like okay, that's starting. That should do the trick of sharpening up the blade. So we'll go now and see if we can cut this boat up. I think that's enough for the destruction of the boat project today. There's a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, I've got family showing up, and so I don't have time to finish this this weekend. But I think we did demonstrate that the gas mower was a little bit more efficient today. Maybe it wasn't fair with the electric 18-volt chainsaw. I didn't get a chance to sharpen the blade, so maybe we could try and do that, but that seems like a lot of work when I've got this aftermarket Oregon blade on my gas chainsaw. There's definitely a lot more torque with the gas chainsaw, and with the ability to sort of sharpen it when I think is needed. That sort of gives the gas-powered one an advantage. The only downside with a gas-powered chainsaw is that I need quick start to start it up basically every time. So it's finicky. Maybe it needs a tune-up. Maybe I need to find a mechanic to tune it up for me. But I always seem to need quick start. Perhaps the 40-volt chainsaw would be a little better for, like, if you go electric for this type of project. It's obviously, this is fiberglass. I actually feel like the boat held up stronger than I thought it would. But again, as we said earlier, it's we paid $400 for this, so it owes me nothing. We got a lot of good use out of it with Evan and Catherine, and over the next week or so, we'll finish cutting it up and getting it to the dump. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in, and now we're off to the lake, and you can see us doing some tubing and some water skiing. That's it.
Oops, you ready?
Not yet.
You ready, Boops?
Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
Go! Mama, looks like he may have lost his ski. Mama, looks like he lost his ski. Ow, off.